Hey, it is time for another HeadRush feature update. We are at 2.4, which makes you wonder how much of an overhaul is number 3 going to be, right? Looking forward to that one. So anyway, if you got the email, just follow that link there and it'll take you straight to the page and you can download that way. Otherwise, you want to go to headrushfx.com and right at the top here, they have made that a link. So just press that one. And of course, find the board that you are using. I've got the pedal board. Across the top here is the Mac 2.4 download. And it is done. Move this one here. Now we can go ahead and open our little updater icon. Open it. Anyway, we've done these before. We know it works. So as always, now that you've got that little thing on your screen, make sure your board is already on. Grab your USB cable and plug it into the back. Once you've plugged in the USB cable, come over to your screen. Up the top here to your 3 little dots, go to Global Settings, back to your 3 little dots, and press Firmware Update. Shut down and update. Boom. It's loaded back up to this screen here, and you've got this little icon down the bottom. So of course now on our screen, you want to press this update pedal board and it is happening. We are away. We can see here now on the screen, it is updating there. It's transferring the update across. It's moving pretty quickly actually, where it's nearly 70% already. How good. Done. The board is reloading now. Let's see what happens. There we go. So on screen, you can go and close this one's, press done, and that is done. Now on our board, let's just have a look straight away. Go into here, go to model. Let's find these new ones. There it is at the bottom here. They're the brand new 4 amps at the bottom. Go into our stomp effects, distortion, and there's our 4 new distortions, the D250 drive, S1 drive, octave fuzz, and the B distortion 7000. That was probably the quickest update I think I've ever done on anything ever, including the HeadRush. It was like boom, boom, done. So now that that's done, let's just dive in and let's have a quick look at these new things. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I do lots of HeadRush demos. I've got lots of videos up, make sure you check those out. And down the bottom, check out all the links. I've got some patches available and also some original music. Okay, now I've moved things around a little bit. I've got my pedal board here. I've got my second camera here so you guys can see the screen. First things first, it says in the email that they've given us our 4 new amp models, 4 distortions. They've tweaked the tuner and tweaked a bunch of other stuff, which is a bit vague, but I guess we'll find them. But check this out. It looks obviously different, and I think I like it. It's cool. I've always liked the HeadRush tuner. I think they've done really well to make this just look awesome all the time, and this little tweak just gives it, I don't know, a little bit more character. Now before I check out these models, I also think that they've somehow improved the lag between patch changes. For example, I don't know about you, but to me that feels a bit smoother. There's less of a stop in between and it's not such an obvious changeover. I don't know. I think they've changed it and it sounds good. All right, so let's check out this new amp, hey? Now it does say that they've added 4 new amp models, but realistically they've added 1 amp model and it's 4 flavors of the same amp. So this is based off a 2011 Angle Powerball 2. I've only ever used an Angle amp. Many years ago, a mate of mine had one of the small mini heads and it was awesome. It rocked. We did some recordings. We sucked, but it was cool. It was a good amp. Let's turn off all my other crap. Now I'm going to leave my EQ on. I'm using this Tangerine IR clean amp first. So it's quite a dirty sounding clean amp, although I do have the gain boosted pretty high. Sounds pretty nice. Ooh, mid boost. Very good. Let's just leave that one at 50, I think. I don't know what that does. Oh, wow, this has a built-in gate. How good's that? That gate there, that's going to be super handy on the overdriven channels for sure. Sweet, clean amp. Does what you would expect. Amp 2. Rather than doing the models, I'm going to do the presets. Crunch. Let's check how much gain it has. Pretty good. That bottom is good. I like that. Nice. All the way down. So it's still only a crunchy amp. It's got some good gain on this crunch amp. That one pumps. Let's go to the next one. So that's quite bassy. He's got a lot of bottom end in that one. That's with the bottom switch off. That's got a lot of bottom. I'd leave that one off there. Slightly different setup on this version. I reckon we'll notice that gate a lot more once we start adding some overdrive. So it's pretty tight at the moment. All right, and the fourth one, low lead. Sick. And pretty much the same there. Interesting that the low lead and high lead are this way around as in the preset. So high is before, or H-I-J-K-L, I suppose. Alphabetically that works. Yeah, okay. I can live with that. Sick. Let's leave it on. I actually liked the crunch. I think we'll be able to hear a bit more of these overdrives with this amp. So let's do that now. Into the distortion. All right, first one here is the D250 drive. Now it's based on the DoD Overdrive Preamp 250. I have no idea. I don't know what that is. I've never used whatever that is, so... Wow, that is very not nice. Maybe it's designed for like a clean amp. I might do that. Let's just try the Black Prince Reverb amp. So this is what we started with. D250 on. Yeah, that's better there. Cool. So I don't actually know that model, to be quite honest, but it definitely works with clean amp. It sounded awful going into the overdriven amp there, so don't do that unless that's what you're looking for. Next one. We've got the S1 drive. I'm pumped about this. This is based on a Boss SD1. That is my current go-to overdrive pedal, so hell yeah. Now this sounds brilliant going into a Marshall. So I'm going to find a Marshall. We're going to go the modded JCM 800. So that's just the amp. Overdrive on. Good, I like it. You didn't come here to watch me play. Very good. I like that one. I'm pumped for that. Good job, HeadRush. Thank you. Moving along. Octave fuzz. I don't go much on fuzz or octave pedals, but together I did use the Slash octave fuzz one time, and it was bloody awesome. I actually loved that. So this one's based off a Dunlop JHOC1 Octavio. I'm sure that's not how you say it, but that's how I said it. So that's how it sounds into a dirty amp. Let's try a clean amp now. We'll go back to the Black Prince reverb. Octave fuzz on. Now that's pumping 100% volume there. Let's get some fuzz. Woo! So there's definitely a time and a place for those kinds of sounds. I personally don't really use them, but it feels to me like it's pretty usable actually. It's not too compressed. It sounds compressed, but the playability doesn't feel too compressed, if you know what I mean. It's definitely a little bit harder to play those sort of fast things, but I don't know. If you like fuzz, you like octave fuzz, that one to me sounds very much on par with what they're supposed to sound like. Unfortunately, it looks like HeadRush have gone ahead and made all of the distortion blocks still to be this same yellow orangey color, which I don't like, but it's not my company, so I don't get an opinion. And the BS7000. Now I think this is supposed to be for a bass. So it's based on the Dark Glass Microtubes B7K Ultra V2 bass preamp. Lots of words. All right, cool. I've grabbed my Fender Jazz bass. I've loaded up just one of the presets that comes stock in the HeadRush. I've turned off everything except for the amp and the cabinet. I'm not a bass player, but you know, we need to hear what it does, right? Off, on, okay, drive. USB output is getting a bit hot there, but that's okay, I'm not using that one. Back to here, blend. And what have we got down the bottom? There's a master volume. Oh, what a bit of an EQ in there. How cool, grunt, nice. There's a mate of mine who's really into the dark glass stuff, so he's going to be thrilled that that's in there. Well, he doesn't use the HeadRush, but you know, I can still rub it in his face and say, hey, look what I got, and he'll be all like, oh. All right, got my guitar back, feel a bit more comfortable now. I saw this morning HeadRush put the post up about the firmware update, and someone said something about the looper. What did they do to the looper? I don't know. I don't really use this very often. That was awful. Look, I don't know what's happened to the looper. Apparently they did something to the looper. If they did, good job. Someone also mentioned something about the ambiverb. I haven't used the ambiverb enough to know what they've actually done to change that, but if you do use the ambiverb, apparently they've tweaked some of the parameters on that, and old mate, whoever it was that commented, was very happy about it. So there we go. That is how you do the new feature update on your HeadRush unit, and a quick demo of those amps and the distortion units they've added in. I think they sound great. As promised as well, they did do a few little sort of minor tweaks to different things. The tune is fixed up, and I still think that they've fixed the changing there in between the patches. I could be wrong, but that's unlikely, right? So that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned. I'll see you next time.